Hello, everyone. It's time for Vintage Chicagoland Stories, the podcast. I'm your host, Pete Costanis. This is episode 392, season 16. Today's date is December 14th, 2024, and welcome to the show. In today's program, I'm going to talk about sort of an iconic figure in television history. It's the Norelco Santa Claus, and he appeared in ads and most famously, in commercials. I'll talk about my memories of that and its history. And the second part of the show, I will talk about, not actually talk. I found a catalog from McDade Company. There was a catalog house in Chicago. And I found one from 1976, and I'm going to read through it. I'm not going to read every item, but maybe something that stands out. And this will be a lot of fun. Okay. Before that, we're going to go into a commercial break. And this program is brought to you by Crisco. Features Loretta Lynn, that famous singer. Oh, she was such a sweetheart. So this is a Christmas commercial from 1984, and it features her family. So sit back and relax, and I'll be right back with the show, folks. Thank you.
Holiday time is real special to me. It always reminds me of when you and I first started out.
Oh, Mom!
We sure had a lot of love back then.
That's about all we had.
Well, honey, we always had good things to eat on holidays.
Oh, that's true.
Because I get out my Crisco and I do some special baking. I love trying out new recipes. And every year, I find all kinds of new things to bake with all-vegetable Crisco. Looky here, cranberry cherry pie. And talk about a flaky crust. Even my girls are finding great new Crisco recipes. Patsy made these chocolate bonbons. And Peggy made this Reese cake. And Loretta made these raspberry snow bars.
Might good.
Honey, quit talking with your mouth full. There's a lot of great-tasting holiday treats you and Crisco can make. There's two things that always makes a holiday special, and that's great-tasting food and being with the ones you love. Right, girls?
Look for Loretta's Crisco recipes in your favorite woman's magazine.
Crisco will do you proud every time.
Okay, everyone, I'm back. I hope you enjoyed the commercial for Crisco shortening. Featured Loretta Lynn. She was a famous country singer for many, many years, Coal miner's daughter. I've seen that movie. It's pretty good with Sissy Spacek. And let me give you a history of this product. I think I've done this before. It rings a bell. But anyway, so Crisco is a brand of shortening. It was produced by first by Procter & Gamble, and the date was June 1911. It's been around for many, many years. And it was the first shortening made entirely of vegetable oil. First, it was cottonseed oil. Interesting. And other maybe flavors have over the years. They make a cooking spray. They made it with olive oil, canola, corn, peanuts, sunflower, you name it, any oil we want. And so it's been on the market for many years. And they used to advertise on radio and television. I used to grow up like that. It's a famous commercial where, you make pie crust flaky, What they did later on is like they got rid of the trans fats, that clogs your arteries. So that's a good thing. I don't know how much I don't think there's a difference in taste, as long as it does the job. So that's good news for people, to do that. And I just like that. So my mom used it a lot. She doesn't use it anymore. I haven't seen that. But she don't bake pies. So she makes other pastries, Greek ones. So, but she don't bake an apple pie. If she wanted to bake an apple pie, she would get a crust that's already made, and then, buy the filling and then bake it like that. So Loretta Lynn did those commercials for many years, and like during the 80s. You know, there's a few of them on YouTube if you care to watch. Okay. All right. At the beginning of the program, I mentioned I'm going to talk about the Norelco Santa Claus that aired on TV during probably the 60s, the 70s, and 80s, and further. And also, I would read off items from a McDade Company Catalog from 1976. Okay. Before I get started, I have two important things to tell you. One, as you all well know, I went for an operation this past Tuesday, and they put in an implant. They put a port for me for chemo. I was very scared. This has never happened to me before. Thank goodness my mother and my brother came with me. And I went to the hospital. They got me all prepped up. And I mentioned this before, that the tech and the nurse went to the same high school as I did. It was so funny. And then I told them, can you ask my mom and brother to come in? And then I'm yelling at my mom, these two people went to Bogan High School. And they chatted for a while. They talked about that. My brother talked to the tech, and that was cool. What a coincidence. Anyway, and then the surgeon came in. I didn't see her face. I heard her voice, and she started right away. They gave me an injection not to make me go under, just to make me relax, and it did work. I felt a little pinch, but didn't hurt at all, really. And she said it was very successful for putting. And then I rested for a while and then went home. It was like that. I had to recover. It was a little painful. I couldn't bathe, normally. I had to wait about a couple of days, but everything's fine now. I still have the bandage on. I'm afraid to take it off. Maybe tomorrow I'll do that. And they cut an incision. That's still there. They advised me not to do heavy lifting for a week, because I want to resume, doing my dumbbell exercises. I want to do that. Walking, maybe a little. I could do a little walking. I've done that, but the dumbbell exercises are inside, and then I could do that. Do some muscles. Got to wait for a while, which means my family can't put up the Christmas tree. They're going to probably maybe today or Monday. I can't lift the box because it's not in my condition. So thank God my brothers are here. They'll help my mom put up the tree. And I can only lift like little light things like that. I can have a regular diet. I can eat whatever I want and all that. Because as for the PET scan results, I'm still waiting for the doctor to call. I have an idea what's going on. So I'm still waiting to be scheduled for chemotherapy. I don't know when that's going to happen. Probably next week. I have an idea what's going to happen. I'll probably go like 6 cycles of that. And I have an idea what medicine they're going to use. So, and it's a new one that might work. That I heard it kills the cancer cells. Like it swims around your body and it zaps it out. Oh, I hope it works. Also, this past week, it's my 5th anniversary of being diagnosed. That was December 10th. What a crazy whirlwind journey for me. I was sick. I was well. I was sick again, going up and down. It just never ends. It's terrible. I figured, just get rid of the cancer and just go to my regular checkups with the doctor and take my medication. That's fine. No, it just spread a little bit. So it's, I have an idea where. It's probably the lower body and I think upper, like my arm or something. So this medicine, I don't want to name it because I'm not sure if I'm going to get it. This will work and it'll kill it. I hope so. I hope it does. Also, I'm scared of chemotherapy. The side effects is nausea, What's the other one? Vomiting. You lose your hair. I think that's going to happen. What are you going to do? Okay. Second thing I want to talk about is someone on my Facebook group started a petition to have the Chicago Historical Society to recognize my work, which this like, whoa, this I didn't expect that. Which, thank you for that. I mean, I don't know if it'll work. So she started circulating the petition online and also on my social media accounts, and I did the same. I got much action, then slowed down a bit, but then yesterday I reposted it, and so did she, this woman. And you know what the key is? I had to put my face in it. So I'm not that very photogenic. It worked, and I had like about 250 when I started. Now it's over 1,100 signatures, which is great. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know how that works. It's would the Chicago Historical Society accept me? I don't hope so. It'd be nice. If not, then c'est la vie. So, but people are very kind, and I appreciate what they're doing, and it's wonderful. People signed it. You can contribute if you want. That's up to you. That's not up to me. You could do that. You just signed a petition. That's all. Or you want to add more money, to do that. I did. I did that. Who's going to complain? Me to me? No, that's how it is. So we'll see how it lasts, and hope I get enough signatures. We'll see what the Historical Society will do. I don't know. But I'm very grateful. I really am. It's nice. I wish I had good news, to share, but, about my health, but we got to wait. This is aggravating. I don't like that. I think that my unconscious knows what he's doing. I think so. So we'll see. Okay. Now, before I get started with the Norelco Santa Claus, I'm going to play a commercial of the Norelco Santa Claus. This will be fun. And I loved this thing when I was a kid. It is like something you've never forgotten, and they aired this on prime time during Christmas season, like when you were watching, the Charlie Brown Christmas or the Grinch That Stole Christmas. What other ones? Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. They aired this commercial during the 70s like that. Okay, so I'll talk a little bit more after I played the commercial. And this commercial is from the 80s. Could be the 70s. I don't know. We'll find out. All right, so sit back and relax and listen to the Norelco Santa Claus commercial. And I'll be right back and I'll get started. Thank you.
Christmas is a time for closeness, and closeness is what Norelco razors are all about. The shiny new silver rotary razors in cord and rechargeable models with 36 blades, 9 closeness settings, and no gotchas. And the Ladybugs, the ladies' razors that really work. And the Ladybug Salon, a ladybug razor plus 11 grooming attachments. Norelco, even our name says Merry Christmas.
Okay, everyone, I am back. Sorry about that. Misspoke. I hope you enjoyed the commercial from Norelco, and that featured the Norelco Santa, and it is from the 1970s. Okay. Now, I'm going to talk about the history of this wonderful thing. According to a website, it's called The Shroud of Thoughts, and it's under... let's see, and that was published about 2 years ago. And the Norelco brand it was founded in 1891 in Eindhoven. I don't know where that is. And it was the person that, or I don't know, maybe person or something. It's called Conic Phillips NV. I don't know what that means. Okay, and then so in 1939 they extended the electric razor market. Because back then when you shave, you use like a straight razor or like one of those. They do a good shave, but you get these nicks and cuts, and I can't stand those. But shaving has improved over the years, so that's good news for that. And so they changed the name from that to Norelco, which stands for North American Phillips Company. Okay. They did that. And then they have the Phillips Company, and that they bought that brand in 2005, and then they still sell them. They still sell this product. I had a Norelco once in high school. I tried that, with the 3 wheels. I have one in the drawer. I used it once, and that's it. Because I only used it if I have to shave every day. When I was working. So right now I don't work, so I just let the whiskers grow. So you're wondering, when did this commercial start? Actually, it first started in 1961, and it was a stop. There's not much information for that. The advertising ad came from a advertising agency. It was called C.J. LaRoche and Company. And we don't know how they did the stop motion animation for that. And according to the website, they sort of used that. It's the same way as Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, which debuted in 1964. So you get the idea. The commercial, he is riding down the slopes, of snow on a razor. Santa Claus is doing that. And while they do that, they play an instrumental version of Jingle Bells, dun, 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 like that. And let's see. So it went like this: floating heads, floating all the way. Norelco is a shaving gift to give on Christmas Day. That's pretty good. And at the end of the commercial, they would spell Norelco as Noelco, with the, what's that called? The omelet? I think that's what it's called. Yeah, they dropped the R. And even our name says Merry Christmas, just like I said in the commercial. So every year they played this commercial during the holiday season. They played from prime time, even during football games. They showed that. And you know what? They stopped airing in 1986. Just like that. They stopped that. And then they introduced a new one about 11 years later in 1997. And you know what they do? They use computer animation, probably, I don't know about CGI, probably it's later. And then it disappeared again, and then they brought it back in 2011. I don't know if they play it now. I have no idea. It's wonderful. Whoever thought of that, it was ingenious. So it's... But you can watch the commercials on YouTube. There's a lot of them over there, and it's very catchy and very entertaining. That's great. That's wonderful. Like that. And another classic Christmas commercial. There are others, but we won't go into that today. No. Okay. Right now, I'm going to I'm going to read off items off the McDade Company Catalog that was based in Chicago. This is from 1976. Before I do, I'm going to play a commercial from that. from the McDade Company. We all watched these commercials when we were growing up in Chicago in the late 70s and early 80s. And let's see, this one is from 1980. And this features actor Jed Allen. Okay, so we know the guy, but we don't know his name. So I think I talked about this before. So, okay, so here's a commercial from McDade Company, the catalog house, from 1980, featuring Jed Allen. When I come back, I'll start reading the catalog. This will be fun. Okay, so sit back and relax, and I'll be right back, folks. Thank you.
McDade's has quality gifts for less. Like this fast and easy Sunbeam 10-cup drip coffee maker. Star special price now at just $24.84. Less a $5 Sunbeam direct rebate. And here's the famous Sunbeam Le Chef food processor. Yours at a star special price of just $79.96. Less a $10 rebate direct from Sunbeam. McDade's, the catalog house.
Okay, everyone, I am back. I hope you enjoyed the commercial for McDade Company. This commercial is courtesy of Fuzzy TV Memories by my good friend Rick Klein. I remember watching these commercials when I was a kid. So did everyone else. They aired them like almost every hour on television. One day my brother complained about, oh, this again? It's back. He gets annoyed easily. So they would show a commercial and they show what's on sale like that. As you heard on the commercial, they had the coffee maker and I forgot what the other thing was. They were Sunbeam products, good products. And the actor who was speaking was Jed Allen. He was a soap opera actor, and character actor. He played in Days of Our Lives, Santa Barbara, and he was famous in Beverly Hills 90210 as Steve Sanders' father. And he died about a few years ago. So he was a good actor, nice guy. Anyway, so I'm going to give you the history briefly, and then I'll do the catalog. Okay, so here we go. All right, so here's an article. According to the Chicago Tribune, published on October 12, 1987, this is when it was going out of business. And the company opened its first store in 1958 at an old post office building. It was on 51st Street in Chicago. I think it was like west of Western, I believe, according to like that. And let's see. So McDade Company was like a showroom, like service merchandise, where, it's like a catalog. So you get catalogs in the mail. They don't do that anymore. So you would go through, you read that. That's the fun part when I was growing up. You take a catalog and you just read. I mean, now you'd look online, and surf. But it was fun, like holding a physical catalog in your hands, and you're looking at the pretty pictures like that. I used to do that when I was a kid. So they expanded in the 70s, and then they had showrooms. Like, here's the addresses. There was one in Lincolnwood, Burbank. That's when I used to go. Niles, Westmont, Aurora, and Carroll Stream. I don't think there was one in Oak Lawn. No, forget it. So I remember when I bought my first watch there. Not really my first watch. It was a gold watch. My parents bought it for me. Actually, my father. And I still have it. It needs to change the battery, but the wristband is, broken, but the watch is still there. And it was gorgeous. It's a beautiful watch. I'm very glad my dad bought it for me. That's one of the nice memories of that. Anyway, I don't know why it went out of business. Competition, probably. But it was a fun store to go to and to shop like that. And you have the catalog, you know exactly what you're going to buy, or you can, how would I say this? Browse if there's something else you want to. I don't remember if they had a conveyor belt, like you would, like service merchandise. Not exactly sure. I've only been to the store maybe once or twice. And I assume it would be there forever. But no. But the one in Burbank, Illinois, that's at 79th and Cicero. It's a Jewel now. Before McDade, I think it was a Tops store. Yeah, I think Tops. Yeah, Tops store. That was there. It wasn't called Burbank at the time. No. So it was a Tops discount store. Okay, right now I'm going to read the McDade catalog. So here we go. And this was the Bicentennial edition. And on the back it had, so let's see. So they had watches, blah, blah, blah. They had diamond rings. Okay. It's like, I'll let it play. So yeah, they had a lot of rings for sale. Beautiful jewelry like that. Okay. And, engagement rings, wedding rings, all that. Mm-hmm. Let's see what else. So I'll talk as I was going along. Okay, here we go. Okay. Next up, they had watches, just like the one I bought. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they had rings. They had monogram rings. They had mood rings. Remember mood rings? Yeah, I should talk about that someday. I owned a mood ring one time. Yeah. So here we go. Here's some digital watches, gold, they were in silver, like that. Now you have Apple watches. Also, they have analog watches too, which I like very much. Okay, they had it for ladies, they had it for men, and all that. Let's see what else. They had pocket watches too. Okay, also for children. They had gold pendants, bracelets, stuff like that. Okay, and let's see what else. They had flatware, dishware, so what are they called? Serving dishes, silver and all that. Platters, glasses. Okay. Also, they had that. Let's see what else we got. They had clocks, a lot of clocks. Ooh, a lot of clocks. You hang on the wall. They had grandfather clocks. You can hang them in the kitchen or anywhere in your room, like that. Very pretty. Very pretty. Also, they had alarm clocks. Who uses alarm clocks anymore? Me. I do. Still do. Some were from West Clock, Sunbeam, any brands like that. They had jewelry boxes, mirrors, vanity cases and all that. Okay, let's see what else. They had, pipe tobacco. They had pipes, cigarette lighters. They had pens, fountain pens. Also, they had, let's see. Oh, that's funny. They had umbrellas for sale. They had stuff for the bar in your basement, the bar light, like that. Ice chests, like that. Glasses, any kind, punch bowls. Okay. Decanters for wine, like that. They had telephones, old-fashioned telephones. Serving dishes, Corningware. Okay, they had coffee pots, tea kettles. Let's see, stuff for the kitchen, bowls, plates, spice racks, you name it. They got a cake servers, serving dishes, like for dips. They had, let's see, knickknacks, whatever you want to put in your home. Okay, let's see what else. Mirrors for sale, like that. Decorations for your house on the wall. Sewing machines, they had that. Calculators, adding machines. Yeah, I remember my first calculator. They had typewriters. Yeah, with the cartridge or the ribbon. With Smith Corona, like that. Binoculars. They had barometers. Never owned a barometer. Telescopes, microscopes. Let's see, wallets. They had that. All kinds of wallets. Very nice. Women's and men's. Like for purses. They had luggage. Not like today. That like Samsonite. They're very sturdy. Some are soft, some are very hard, like that. Okay. Let's see. Oh, sorry for that. They had like for coats, you'd go traveling. They had briefcases, valise, cameras. Not anymore. You use your phone. They had slide projectors. They had that. Movie projectors. And let's see. Kodak Instamatic cameras. Canon cameras. Those were fun. Yeah, movie projectors. Movie cameras. They had that from Kodak. Let's see what else I got. They sold film, a lot of film. They had the Polaroid cameras. They had musical instruments, guitars, pianos, radios, headphones, transistor radios, or regular radios, portable ones. Like I used to have one. Clock radios, of course. They had that. Mostly from General Electric. Televisions they had from Quasar, Admiral. Let's see, from other General Electric. They tape recorders, cassette tapes holders, record players, like sound system. Oh, phonographs. Oh, these are cool. Let's see. And with A-Track. Remember A-Track? Yeah. The A-Track, if you want that. They had answering machines, too, at the time. Yeah, that's nice. Let's see what else they got. CB radios. Remember those? They had CB radios. They had one for your car. You can install it. Okay. They had lava lamps. Oh, boy. Wow. I don't know if you can find one today. Yeah, maybe. They had regular lamps, for your living room, your family room, whatever. For your desk. They had those. Okay. They had stairs for your chairs. They had patio furniture. They had TV trays. Also, where you stack your TV and all that. They also had fireplaces. Yeah, fireplaces. They had dishes, cups, coffee cups. Yeah, same as before. China. Very fancy, like that. Yeah. So it's called cutlery. I can't even say that word. They had boards, also appliances. Crock pots. Frying pans, or pots and pans, all Teflon, like that. Yeah, cookbooks were sturdy back then. Okay. They had bathroom scales. Oh, I hate to go on those. Nobody likes those. Ironing boards, steam irons, a lot of General Electric, coffee brewers, like coffee pots. So, percolators, Mr. Coffee was there, Toastmaster, toasters, 2-slicer, 4-slicers. They had toaster ovens like that, even for broiling. And, from the brand of Presto, and they had the rival crock pots like that. Okay. We're almost done, folks. Electric can openers. I never owned one. Yeah, we got one. I'm sorry. And electric knives. They sold those. They had blenders from Oster and Hamilton Beach. Also electric mixers from KitchenAid and from Sunbeam. Pressure cookers. They had that. Humidifiers, vaporizers. microwave ovens, vacuum cleaners, electric brooms. That's good. From Eureka, Hoover, whatever brand you want. They had blow dryers, curling irons, from Schick, for men and women, like that. Let's see what else. Hair curlers for the ladies, like that. Lady Remington shavers, of course, electric shavers from Remington, Schick, Norelco, which I mentioned before. Okay, trimming tools for your beard and all that. They had water picks, for your teeth. Massages, like to do that. Also, exercise equipment. They had that too. Like dumbbells, barbells, whatever you want. Pool tables, they sold that. Yeah, ping pong tables, darts, poker tables, foosball, golf clubs. Okay. Also, softballs, volleyballs. Okay. Boy, they had a lot of sporting goods. They sold a lot of sporting goods. Croquet set. I played croquet once. Tennis rackets. Tennis balls, footballs, soccer balls, whatever. Any sport you want. Basketball nets. Okay, camping equipment. They had tents and backpacks and all that. So that's good. Let's see what else. Tools. They sold tools, Fishing equipment. They had that. Mm-hmm. They sold rifles there. Oh, boy, that's bad. I don't want to go into that. They sold flashlights, thermoses, barbecue grills, electric drills, electric saws, you name it. Any tool they had, which is cool. Okay. Let's see what else. We're almost done. Fire extinguishers, like that. Humidifiers, I mentioned that before. They had baby chairs and strollers, baby cribs and all that. I think we're getting to my favorite part soon, like that. Okay. They had toys for the kids. Okay. And, here we go. Here's my favorite. They had Fisher-Price toys. They had the telephone, the transistor radio. They had the TV set. They had the popper, boop, 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 when you walk. They had, I think they had, what's that one? The Mattel one that Speak and Say, that looks like a roulette. They have games from companies from Play School, Hasbro. They had that. Let's see what else. Toys from Sesame Street. They also had that. Let's see, and more Fisher-Price toys. Mm-hmm. They had Lincoln Logs. They had the Fisher-Price Ferris wheel, Mr. Potato Head. They had a rocking horse. They had that. Raggedy Ann dolls, Holly Hobbie dolls. All kinds of dolls. Yeah, all kinds of toys. That's great. Mm-hmm. Easy bake ovens. They had that. Wow. Typewriter. They had a gumbo machine. Oh, here's some games they had. They had the Snoopy toothbrush. Do you remember that? Oh, the Spirograph from Kenner. Oh, I love Spirograph. Monopoly. They had games called the Game of Life, Easy Money, Clue, Sorry, Risk. Let's see. Battleship, Stratego. They had the Kojak game. They had a game called Payday. I don't know what the other one is. $6 Million Man game. Also, they had the game Estates, Go to Head of the Class. They had the game Cootie. Operation Aggravation. You remember that? Yeah. Yahtzee. They also had Trouble and Headache with the Pop-O-Matic game. Connect 4. They had 2 games that featured Lucille Ball, Solitaire, and Body Language. I remember those. Okay. We're almost done. Scrabble. They had that. Probe. Spill and Spell. I had that. The Price is Right. Concentration. Password. That's from the TV game shows. They had one, Stay Alive, Deception, Witch, the Ouija board, Mystery Date. Oh, they also had Super Toe. Do you remember that? We had that. Also Gnip-Gnop. Yeah, Gnip-Gnop. That was fun. Toss Across. That's from Ideal. Oh, I love that game. Oh, and they had Karate Men. That was featured on All in the Family. When Archie Bunker and Mike Stivic played. It's hilarious. They also had a pinball machine. They had one with bowling. Like that. Air hockey. So those are like the regular hockey games. Pool. Let's see. Let's see what else. Okay, I'll keep going. Yeah, Pottery Craft. I remember that. Mm-hmm. They had Shrunken Heads. They had that. Yeah, that's funny. Let's see what else. We're almost done, folks. They had Viewmaster. Like that. A punching bag. Yeah. Tonka toys. They had Tonka toys. Lots of Tonka toys. The fire truck, dump truck. I had them all. Like the helicopters. Evil Knievel game. When you turn the wheel and goes zzz, 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 and Evil just drives off. That's fun. Okay, they also had bikes, Schwinn bikes, regular bikes, a 10-speed, 5-speed. They had wagons, like red wagons. They had big wheels. Also, they had, car race, the car tracks like that from Aurora. Remember that? They sold trains too. Yeah. Like electric trains. So that's good. Okay, I think that's all. I'm sorry about that. So, yeah, that was great. I enjoyed it. I really did. Also, I had a gift guide. I'm not going to mention it. Products from Zenith. Televisions, Corningware. They had a list of toys that you want to look. I think that's all. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so where we are now. Okay, so that's all. Whew, what a catalog. So the purpose of this was, when you receive a catalog, not just from McDade, but from any department store or stores that were available at the time, like, for example, JCPenney, Sears. They were famous for the catalog, the Wish Book. Montgomery Ward, they had a big catalog like that. Marshall Fields, Weebles. I think Weebles had one. I don't remember. So those were. I made a video of that, with the catalogs, Christmas catalogs. It's on YouTube. You can find it under my name. So that's fun to watch. But the best ones is toys. I loved looking at toys when I was a kid. The catalogs. Okay. So that's it for this show. Do a recap of what I talked about. I talked about my memories of watching the Norelco Santa Claus on TV in the 1970s and 80s. Also, I read off a catalog from McDade Company, from 1976. Mm-hmm. So this podcast will be published later on today, and you can find them wherever podcasts are available. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, Breaker, Overcast, I think Audible, iHeartRadio, Audacity. I think they're all there. Also be published on my blog, vanishchicagoland.blog. You can click on the link. It'll take you right there. As for those apps I mentioned, you can tap on them and tap following. You'll receive a notification for the latest episode. You can listen to other episodes as you wish or have time. Also, be on my YouTube channel. Again and again, people ask me, where do I find your podcast? Where do I find your podcast? You can find it on YouTube. Type in Vanish Chicagoland Stories, in the search engine, or my name, Pete Costanas, and tap subscribe. You'll receive the latest notification, and you can listen to previous episodes, if you like. Also, be sure to my social media accounts, Facebook, X, LinkedIn, Reddit, Blue Sky, Instagram, Threads, and TikTok. Okay. Boy, that was a long show. I apologize, but it was fun. Okay, and I feel much better. Okay, so this is Pete Costanas, your host for Vanish Chicagoland Stories, the podcast. Thank you for joining me. Today is very nice. I heard tomorrow will be nicer. I will probably do another podcast tomorrow. Okay, I'm feeling much better now. Okay. So here is bye-bye for me, and here is our favorite guest of these podcasts, Ray Rayner, with a little traveling music saying bye, bye, bye. Take care, everyone, and so long.
We have to go. Bye, bye, bye.